guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a really easy tutorial. I had actually posted a picture of myself wearing this makeup on my Instagram account. You should go follow me if you're not already. But a lot of people were asking me like, hey, can you do a tutorial? Do you have tutorials? Like, I actually don't, but I can do it. This is actually the look this is like my go-to like glam look for the holidays. Christmases, because I had like Christmas for my mom's family, my dad's family, my boyfriend's family. And you know, this year I decided to like adult and actually, you know, contribute, cook something. And well, you know, there's not a lot of time to get glam when you decide to do that, especially when you not only have to cook one meal but about 3 different meals. So I was like, I need something quick and easy, and this has just been like my quick and easy glam go-to look, and you can kind of add the drama as you please. So if those of you guys are interested, definitely just check it out. The palette that I used was the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, and if you don't have this palette, you can probably find some colors that are really similar. The rest of the products that I use around my face are also pretty affordable, so this is just something quick and easy if you need like a go-to, and you can kind of just like add, you know, the smokiness if you want a little bit more daytime. I feel like this is still pretty daytime wearable, and this honestly I feel like will go well with like any lipstick look, whether you choose something natural or a little bit more vampy. So if you need to add to your, you know, library of looks a quick go-to glam, just keep on watching. So first I'm going to start by priming my lid with the Essence eyeshadow base, and I'm just going to take that and put that over my lids, and you can go ahead and you can blend this out with your finger, which is what I'm going to do. Or if you don't like to use your finger, you can go ahead and use maybe at best like a synthetic brush. And then I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush and some face powder just to set that so that the rest of my eyeshadows will blend a little bit easier, and that so it doesn't crease on my eyes, because that will happen if you use, especially if you use concealer. Try to set that before you go in with eyeshadows. Then the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to take is the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, and the first shade that I'm going to take is Burnt Orange from the palette, and this is a Sonia Kashuk 109 fluffy brush, and I'm just going to use this all over my crease, and this is going to be my transition shade. And honestly, all you really have to do is just kind of like pat this in there and dust it off, because these are really pigmented. I would say they're a little bit like dusty. They do have some fallout, but I don't mind it because the pigmentation is amazing. And I feel like a lot of like really pigmented eyeshadows have a lot of fallout, so as long as it stays on my eyelid and it works well how I want it to, I do not mind. Then I'm going to go back into the palette, and I'm going to take that color Relgar, and I'm going to use a Morphe M433 brush, and this one I'm just going to put on my outer crease, so kind of like in a V shape, and then I'm just going to put this a little bit higher but more directly, lower than the burnt orange, and just kind of like pat that in there and blend it out. I'm patting it where I originally want the most pigmentation, and then just blending it out and in it to my crease, so you can, you know, blend out as much and go back and add more product. I would definitely suggest that. So just little by little add and blend and add and blend. And then going back in, no additional product, with that same Sonia Kashuk 109 brush, and I'm just going back in and blending out the edges even further. So just kind of repeating these steps as you kind of go deeper and deeper in the crease. Go back out and blend the rest of the colors together. Then I'm going to go ahead and take the color Red Ochre, and this is a pencil brush from Morphe, and this one I'm using for like precision, so I can just kind of place this exactly where I want it, which is more directly into the outer V, a little bit lower, and kind of bringing it directly into my crease a little bit more. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye, creating an even like tinier V shape, but with this pencil brush it's giving me that precision and that control that I really want. Then I'm going to go ahead and take a clean Morphe M433 brush, and I emphasize getting a clean one to blend out specifically like that red ochre, but to blend it in with that Relgar color and that burnt orange. A clean one because it kind of keeps it from getting muddy. So if you notice your eyeshadow is getting muddy when you kind of go back in with the same used colors, because you're just mixing all those colors together, instead of a clean brush, it's going to make a difference in the way that, you know, the kind of colors stand out. They blend, but they kind of like stand out together. You can see like the distinctions between the colors a little bit more. Then once again going back in with that Sonia Kashuk 109 to further blend, kind of like airbrush it out even more, to blow it out even more. No additional product on that brush. Then I'm going to go into the shade Primavera, and I'm going to take a MAC 242 brush. This is a really great synthetic brush, and pat that onto the lid. This is a really, really pretty gold shade, and honestly on its own it's beautiful. If you want to intensify it even more, you can go in with MAC Fix Plus or eye drops, but on its own, that's all you really need. But you know, of course, you know, why not step it up a notch and just kind of like pat it on, as opposed to kind of like brushing. So as it looks like I'm sweeping, I'm kind of like patting in and blending with that red ochre color. Going back in with that pencil brush and some more red ochre, and just kind of like blending out the edges, just so we can define the eye shape a little bit more. And then we're going to go back in once again with that Morphe M433 just to blend it out further, just so we don't have any more hash lines from that red ochre, and we can, you know, kind of blow everything out together. For my foundation, I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, and mine is in the shade Soft Beige. And I'm just going to take the applicator just to apply it onto my face. You can do it, you know, pour it in the back of your hand, or you can just, you know, use this. And then I'm going to go in with the Beauty Blender and blend it all out. And I actually wore this foundation because I was doing a review and demo, so if you want to check the description box for more information about this Wet n Wild foundation. It's supposed to be a mattifying one, but for dry skin I was surprisingly surprised at how much I actually really did like it. So if you want to hear a little bit more about this, it's about $6, so definitely I think it's one that is worth checking out. Then for my concealer, I'm going to take the Wet n Wild, this is their Photo Focus Concealer. This is in the shade, I think it's light/medium. And I'm just going to place this underneath my eyes and then down the bridge of my nose, my chin, and my forehead, just to highlight and emphasize those features just a little bit more. And I'm going to blend that out with my Beauty Blender. And this is also another product that I did a review on for you guys. So this is me like kind of applying it, and now you can kind of see it with the whole tutorial. So if you want to check those out, definitely check the description box. But I would definitely suggest using a Beauty Blender, something a little bit more moisturizing, to blend out this concealer, because it's definitely not as moisturizing as most of my other concealers that I have. Set underneath my eyes, I'm going to take the Wet n Wild pressed powder and a Real Techniques setting brush. Another product that I did a review and demo on. These three products were all in one, and I actually did like this to set underneath my eyes because it was definitely really lightweight and mattifying. So for underneath the eyes, for my skin type, it's definitely one I would probably recommend. And then off camera, I went ahead and added some lashes, the Salon Perfect Lashes 615s, and my matte liquid liner by NYX. And then I'm going to take, this is my L'Oreal Kohl pencil, the Voluminous Kohl pencil Smoldering, and I'm just going to line my waterline. Also, I added my NYX MicroBrow pencil just because that's a little bit more time consuming, so I don't want to waste as much time with the brows. So I'm just going to add that onto my waterline just to add smokiness. For this look, you can use black, or if you want your eyes to pop, you can use a cream eyeliner. And then I'm going to go back in to that shade Rogar and a pencil brush and kind of smoke out that black in my waterline, but also add some color down there in my lash line. And I'm going to go ahead and do that to both eyes. And I usually try to like mimic what I do on the top, on the bottom of my lash line. So I'm actually going to go back in now and take that shade Red Ochre. Same pencil brush, you can use a different one, but I'm also going to kind of blend that in so you get like the orange and the red underneath the lash line, just like on my lids. And then actually I'm going to go back in with Cypress Umber, same pencil brush, but I'm going to take that into my kind of like a V shape of my eye in the outer corner, and just the slightest, honestly, just tap this color in and just slightly bring that in. If you want to add a little bit more drama, a little bit more smokiness, this adds this subtle little difference, just adds a little extra something. You can definitely stop before this and keep it as it was, or if you want a little bit more drama, you can go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to take another clean Morphe M433 brush and just slightly blend that out, but it just adds a little bit more drama, but I still think it definitely is daytime wearable as well. Still doesn't change it up too much. And then we're going to go back into that Cypress Umber, and I'm going to take, this is a flat detailed brush. This is a Sigma brush, and this one I'm just going to take about third way into my eye from the outer corner. Take that in about a third way just to add some definition to the lower lash line. and then just go back in. You can use an M433 or a pencil brush and blend all of those out together and kind of give it that smoky effect. Then I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Vermeer. And same MAC 242, but I'm just going to add this to the inner corner of my eye just to add a little bit of highlight. And you can use whichever color you choose, but I think this just adds a little something, something. You can maybe even go with a little bit more Primavera, but I just wanted to switch it up a bit. Then I'm going to take the shade Tempera. This is more of like, it's weird, it's like matte with a hint of shimmer. And I'm going to put this underneath my brow bone because I don't want too much shimmer from that like Vermeer color. And make sure to go in and blend that out with that Sonia Kashuk 109 fluffy brush, just so it doesn't look like a harsh highlight and everything blends in smoothly. Then I'm going to go ahead and take the Wet n Wild. This is their new contour stick, chubby stick. I was testing this out. I'm going to be reviewing this product soon. So I got this color, the lighter shade, and I got one a little bit darker. So for this video, I was actually testing out the lighter one for my contour. And I think it was an okay shade for my skin type. Still playing around with it, see how I feel. I'm just like, this looks a little bit poopy, doesn't it? But I don't know, I still gotta play around with it. And I'll definitely let you guys know what my thoughts are in a video coming soon. But definitely always just want to try out some new drugstore products. So sometimes you might see them in tutorials before I actually really get to get to talk about them. But I am blending it out with my beauty blender, which I think is a really good option. I'm going to test it out with a brush, see which one I prefer. To set my face, I'm going to go back in with that Wet n Wild setting powder and just use a dual fiber brush to set my face. And I wasn't a big fan of it for my dry skin to set my face. Definitely preferred it for underneath my eyes though. Then I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlight and contouring powder. I'm going to use the contour side. This is a Dulce de Leche color, the new one that they revamped, and I'm just going to use that to contour my face. This is definitely one of my favorite drugstore highlights and contour palettes for $5. Honestly, I think it's totally worth it. You can't go wrong with this one. I love it so much. Like, I'm hitting pan on it. I'm going to probably have to get a new one really, really soon. So I always like to bring this one out when I'm using like affordable products. Definitely one of my favorite go-tos. Then to clean up my contour, I'm just going to go in with the highlighting shade in that Wet n Wild contour palette just to kind of go underneath and clean things up and kind of give myself more chiseled, clean look. Then I'm going to go into the e.l.f. blush palette. This is the light shade, and I'm going to take this peachy color and add this to my cheeks. I'm also going to do a review on this, but spoiler alert, I really like this blush palette a lot, especially that color. I need a pan with just that color, but I do like that they give you options. I'm also using an e.l.f. brush, one of their studio brushes, to add this to my cheeks. One of my favorite brushes lately. Then I'm going to go in with the new Milani Glow Powders, and this is in the shade 02 Day Glow. This is the first time I tried this highlight powder, and oh my god, was I so impressed with it. Holy cow, it's so nice. I haven't even gotten a chance to check out the second one, but yep, I am loving it. Check out my Instagram so you can hear all my reactions. Carmona 09. But yes, this is definitely a must to pick up. I couldn't stop adding it to my face. It was so beautiful. It's one of those like can't stop, won't stop. I am in love. Then I'm going to go ahead and take the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lipstick in the shade Beeper. And I'm going to add that all around my lips. And if you want, you can kind of just leave just this color. I love this color on its own, and especially if you're a little bit tanner, I love it on its own. On me, I like it on its own, but I usually like to mix it up with the shade Midi just in the center and just to kind of lighten it up a little bit. So I just kind of like dab it, and you can mix it and kind of dab with your finger, or I like to, for some precision, I'll go in with like a synthetic brush. You can do a lip brush specifically. This might even just be a concealer brush in a set that it came with. I think it was a Crown brush set. Concealer, as long as it's synthetic, it works really well, and I like to blend that out. But that is a completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know a lot of you guys kind of want to see this something simple, but simple glam is probably some of my favorites as well. Something you can, whip up really quickly. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.